Good Tuesday night. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett. Here's a look at what's going on in weather right now. We've got a lot to unpack here. Basically, in a really simple sense here, we're looking at cold. We're looking at some pretty solid rain on Thursday and Friday. And then behind that, we're going to see a dose of winter move in. We're going to see some snow levels that are going to plunge. Looks like we could have our first past impacts of the season. And then next week, we're looking at some low snow levels, possibly as low as 500 feet. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Here's what we're tracking in the short term. Mostly quiet and cool overnight tonight. So we've got some rain that will move through. In fact, it's going to kind of turn the corner just towards the south of the Olympics. I'll show you that in a moment. Heavy, widespread rain and wind moves in on Thursday afternoon. It looks like the Friday morning commute. In fact, most of the day on Friday, we're going to be tracking some heavy rain and some gusty winds. I'll tell you more about that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, it looks like the weekend snow levels drop and we could get anywhere between 6 to 10 inches of snow up towards Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass. So in the short term, taking a look at the big picture in the GOES 17 satellite, we've got that frontal boundary that's now well off towards our east. That actually pushed some rain and some mountain snow into California today, and that was fantastic news for our friends down there who could desperately use it. Putting the future into motion here, those showers that we were tracking along the coast turn the corner, so it looks like overnight tonight we will see some showers near Tacoma and up towards Everett, and then by about 6 o'clock tomorrow most of that is moved through. So the morning commute should be dry. It'll also be very cold out there. I'll show you some temperatures in a moment. And then by the time we get to about 2:30 in the afternoon, a lot of that starts to clear and move off towards the south, and we could actually get a pretty decent sunset out of the deal. Just remember that it's happening much earlier now, between about 5:30 and 6 p.m. We start off cloudy on Thursday morning. This is right around 6:30, and then by about mid-afternoon, this is 3:30, so we're expecting that rain to start to fill in. Fairly light to start with. You can see some of those lighter and medium colored greens, but then by the time we get to Friday morning, this is 5:30, we're tracking some heavy rain in a couple of spots along the coast and already pushing up into some of the foothills there. And again, snow levels are going to be way up high. We're talking about 6,000, 6,500 feet. A little bit of a rain shadow to start things off, but by the time we get into the afternoon, that rain shadow fills in and we are tracking heavy rain across the region. Most of it looks like it'll be down towards the south and the Olympics, and then up in the mountains towards the northern and central portion of the Cascades, we'll be tracking some rain there as well. As far as the snow levels go, they're going to do a bit of a dance over the next few days, getting down to 1,500 on Thursday, bouncing way up to 6,500 on Friday. That's going to put some rain on snow there and could cause some flash flooding concerns, especially near our burn scars up towards Stevens Pass. We're going to keep a close eye on that. And then the big elevator drop on Saturday down to 2,000 feet and as low as 500 by the time we get to Tuesday. Did I mention cold? Yeah, take a look at this. Virtually everywhere in western Washington will be in the mid to upper 30s overnight tonight. Make sure you factor that in if you're up and out early. 35 in Bellingham, and even along the coast we'll see 36 in Forks. Highs tomorrow, not particularly high. In fact, temperatures will struggle to get out of the 40s. Looks like our best chances will be along the coast and up towards Skagit and Whatcom counties, where we'll see 49s up towards Mount Vernon and Bellingham. 7-day forecast has got a lot going on here. We'll see highs that will be in the mid to upper 40s both Wednesday and Thursday, with those overnight lows in the 30s. And then Friday, that rain moves in. It looks like it's going to be quite stormy. This weekend, it looks like we'll be tracking those low elevation snows that again could bring the first pass impacts of the year. So we'll be keeping a really close eye on that. And then, as I mentioned, we go into next week even cooler with those snow levels getting down as low as 500 feet. We're going to have to fine tune that as it gets a little bit closer. So in the meantime, stay warm, stay safe, and keep looking up. I'm King 5 Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett.